Hi everyone. How are you all doing? uh, well, another week. And since it's been so hot lately, I thought I would embrace it. This week, it is beach week. So, we'll be doing some beachy things, hopefully. And as such, well, today we're gonna start with some art. I have Hi Riza, hi Andros, hi Lamp. But yes, this week we are probably going to start with uh, some art. Well, I thought I would learn a new skill, and that is what art is, for me at least. Um, so I am going to be learning how to draw, and well, hopefully, we'll get to maybe have some fun with it. I don't know how to put it otherwise. uh, so we'll see definitely, because I am not talented in the 2D artistry field. Like, I can draw buildings, I can draw perspective, things like that, but when it comes to 2D art, it's kind of all over the place. But yes, so after I get burned out of art today, probably, which will probably be fairly quick, which is unfortunate. We are going to actually probably play a bit of Cassette Beasts, because, well, let's just say it's on an island in a beach and things like that, and I've kind of missed it. The cute animals and all that stuff running around all over the place. So hopefully we'll play some Cassette Beasts later after I get burned out of art. But on to the next day, which is Wednesday. Wednesday is the Minecraft collab with Andros and a few others. So hopefully, we have a lot of fun. We'll probably try and build a beach vacation home over there on modded Minecraft. Hopefully not get too flooded in Minecraft. And from there, well, I am looking forward to having kind of a full Minecraft fun stream with everyone. So basically, you need friends for a beach party, right? And then from there, we are on Thursday. We are going to be doing a peak collab. So you get stranded on a desert island and start off at a beach. So. That's mean. No tsunami. My house is just gonna be a big one. I guess I could make it an aquarium, like literally, like protect my house with weatherproof glass and be underneath in an aquarium, going whoa. But yeah. So Thursday is a peak collab. Have a few individuals. It's going to be, well, the one you probably know is they pop in here and there is Glitch. So we're going to be collabing with Glitch on Peak. Yes, pretty much. I've actually, wasn't there that one Minecraft modded thing called like underwater, like it's kind of like that one block thing where you are just completely underwater. So yeah, there was it's gonna be interesting either way. So maybe we'll make a giant aquarium thing with people from all over. So the Minecraft server is probably gonna be open to well, depending on what Andros says and the rules that are made up, mostly like no trolling, no griefing, things like that. Well, except for like fun little trolls and things like that. But yeah, we'll probably be having different collabs with it in the future, and probably working on it here and there in our free time and things. So we'll see. You get to see as we build and grow and stuff like that in the community. As for Peak, we're starting at the beach, and this is my first time. So we are going to see how quickly I die and how quickly everyone else does well. There's another of my friends, probably Good Name. Their name Good Name is probably going to be helping me out or glitching I out. And there may be one more surprise guest, a friend of both Glitch and I, but we'll see if they're feeling up to the task. So they've been playing a lot of Peak lately, so I hope they're feeling up to the task. But Friday, there's nothing. I'm off like usual. I will be preparing for Saturday, like I usually do. And Saturday, I am going to be doing my usual teaching stream, but it's going to be a bunch of beach food. And depending on TOS, we may. I'll see if I can wear a beachy outfit on here. I don't know where it falls under hot tub streams and things like that. So, but yeah, we'll see if I can get away with it, or if all of you are very good and don't tattle on me. We'll definitely see. So I'm excited, and I hope good things are to come. But for now, meow. Okay, let's get to changing the screen over. All right. Game. All right. So this. There it is. Kirita. So I changed the screen around a bit. I'm a little bit bigger. You can see. Is it what? Capturing Kirita? Not want to capture Kirita? Oh, how odd. See. Naruto? I wonder if I can do it in the game captures. Kirita. Wow. Okay. Maybe not that. Let's see. Alright. Display capture. Method automatic capture. Okay. That may be a bit too big. Let's shrink this quite a bit. I have a 4K screen, so yeah, as my main capture, or as my main display. Okay. Let's put you behind everything. Alright, and okay. We're now capturing the screen. Oh. There we go. Ta-da! Alright, so we are now capturing a blank canvas. I have no art skill whatsoever in the 2D realm. 3D realm, I have a little bit of art skill. 2D realm, not so much. So a lot of this is going to be very interesting. So I don't honestly know where to start. So, what? Yeah, 2D confuses me too a bit. So, yeah, 3D is easier for me since I'm used to what's called spatial capture, or basically a lot of what I had to do in line with a lot of the work I did was actually basically know your space, know whatchamacallit, know how to represent your space, know how to like where an organ is on the body, things like that. Oh no! Poor Lamp. So, in the Discord, Lamp has a picture of all the doggies, and well, I can only imagine that you have fed them something interesting, and well, you are suffering the consequences as they give you all the love and care that you wish for. So, oh goodness, I am so sorry, Lamp. That's funny. I'm sorry. Oh. Okay. So, let's get on with the show. I do have a tablet, so I am using a tablet. I used a tablet in the past. Oh, poor Andros. Yeah, out of everyone, Andros probably could feel your pain the most. Cute. So having the small one and the big one there is probably really nice. Wonder if they recognize each other. But yeah, I don't have any fancy plugins or things like that to track my hand movement, so you're just gonna have to track like where the line comes from. So, eesh. Like that. Oh, actually, let's choose a color. Black. Let us choose. Yeah, I have a tablet. So I did a lot of teaching, and because of that teaching, I needed a tablet a lot of times to kind of circle stuff, do things like that, project it on the board, things like that. Especially when I was working with kids. Working with kids can be fun, but also really difficult. So a lot of times you have to hold their hands and walk them through things. So walking them through like art, fun games, stuff like that is always a bit of a challenge. And a lot of the kids nowadays are very tech inclined. So if you're not tech inclined, you're in trouble. And oh, a lot of them like that's a good. What they like to draw is Among Us. So the whole what is it? We uh they like to draw that. what we're drawing hopefully is a bit better than that. Hopefully. I'm not the greatest. So let's start with, I believe, oh, that is very big. Let's change the size of the brush to 20 pixels. Okay. So we now have our brush down to 20 pixels. And let's start practice with drawing a horizon line. So that's a horizon line, if people are wondering. So it can be like up here, down here, like anywhere. And then basically from the horizon line, you usually pick 2 points. So let's say I am doing a horizon line up here. So from the halfway point, which is here, divided in quarters, which is here, here, and that is usually perspective. So usually horizon goes in like up and up to wherever. So let's say I want to build a corner building. So I am going to this and this and see where that point meets. So I'm actually going to make a city streets right there. So, ta-da! So, if I build the building, go straight up, that would, well, I guess, you don't really need, you just need a point. So, I'm gonna set this, down here. I'm gonna set this as my bottom point. So, have our triangle from, oh, oops, click the eraser accidentally. I have fumble fingers. So, I do have also, why I also like 3D is I have a bit of a neurodegenerative disease in my hands. It makes my hands shake like crazy. So, it's hard at times for me to draw. So, let's see. So, if I want to build a building here, it's quite the horizon. And let's see, we're going to keep measuring up to that line. And see, the top point of the building is going to be here. So, wow. It's been forever since I've art. Oh, please excuse my mess. So this point is going to go, I say, out here and out here. It goes down. So usually you make, as you can see over here, you make more layers usually. Right now I'm just messing around. I suck at art, so as I have been just kind of messing around on one layer. But if you're like a real artist kind of thing, you're actually doing multiple layers, multiple times, different things like that. So like it's imagining invisible lines lining up with this straight line here for perspective. So like from point to point to point to point, that's all perspective. So perspective gives, how should I put it, something that looks alive. So like this would go up here. So like say if I did a very tall building to this very small one, it wouldn't be able to see its perspective, but it would probably be able to be seen because it is a tractor. So as you can see, it goes there, and let's say this building ends here. As you can see, the perspective on this one and this one is different. So like if you're a human standing here, you'd be looking over the edge and being able to see down from here onto the roof of this building here. So that's the interesting thing about perspective, things like that. It can get a lot more complicated. I'm not used to using digital medium. I'm used to using pen and paper. See, there we go. A little bit smaller. Let's see. All right. So let's make a new layer. The plus. So the art program I'm using is Kirita. I am a broke master student, so yeah, I have to go with what I have. So I use Kirita, things like that. For photo manipulation and other things like that, I use the program called GIMP. Yes, it sounds dirty, but it is not dirty. Let's see if I can. So yeah, a lot of the photos you have seen and the work you have seen in whatchamacallit, like doing the chalkboard when I did my first trailer, or doing my photos from whatchamacallit, brain not working. Doing my photos from like VRChat and things like that comes from actual, or usually after I remaster it in GIMP. And so a lot of photos like are very plain. Oh, this was one I haven't shown yet. So let me open that up. So as you can see, kind of there are things in the background, little touches here and there that I usually smooth over, and other things. So it's It's a lot of work, but it's a lot of fun too. Um, so you get results that are closer to something like this, which is up close, personal kind of things with that's a little bit smoothed out and the colors are a bit more balanced. So a lot of my stuff comes out shadowy, which is very interesting. So I'm decent at photo manipulation. It's just art itself that is a big question mark for me. So I hope things go well in the future and I can learn. Like new layer is already done. So let us. I am turning off this layer. You can just hit the little. If I turn off the background and turn off the extra layer, you can see this. This is usually how I make alphas and things like that. Basically, this checkered mark indicates that there is no background, and that's how you usually make an alpha or like something that is very easily. So that's how I cut out a lot of pictures and stuff like that using tools and things. So let's us return to the white background. All right, so from here, there is practices like sphere drawing, which is, I am going to cheat a bit. So, ta-da, sphere. And I have my ball. So, back to this. So it depends on depending on where you want your light to come from. So the light could come from like here and change it, here, change it, here and change it. So all different layer, like this is how we a lot of the times determine where shadow is. So even in 3D works, a lot of the times you're actually looking where the shadows are coming from. When I have been like in the operating room, we have had to be mindful of where the light is, especially for the surgeon. So if there is like a flap or fold on, let's say about this, if we're cutting in and we're trying to remove this ball, and light is coming from this angle, so we get to see almost about to here before it kind of cuts off, because as you know, the peak of the sphere is kind of in the center here. So the light will not kind of go past unless there is like, say, protective juices or things like that. Then it shines through further and it reflects a bit off those like saliva or like blood or things like that back into the person, and you can see kind of a shadowy form. But like if blood comes down here, or if the light comes down straight in, you have only about this much you can see, and as you know, all this gets blocked off right here, so from end to end, and then this becomes all shadows, especially if it's like being covered by other organs and stuff like that. So it can, I'm thinking a lot of this through kind of my medical 3D training means rather than the normal 2D training means. So if it comes down like this, we may have like shadow kind of come, but it would only be like on this right here, and it would be horrible, and we would get yelled at by the doctor, and the doctor would literally say, I'll leave the surgery room, get someone who's competent in here. So yeah, don't do that. So know your lights and shadows and things like that and how to play with it. just actually when we were doing the night market pictures, I was standing, I created a shadow. So let's keep going back. Wow. There we go. And if Kirita wants to work with me, come on. Go backwards. There we go. So remember the night market, how how some of the food tables were in shadow when I was taking a picture long ways across them? So about, say, like this much was in shadow, kinda, but the entire table was filled with food. I was actually, the sunlight was coming from behind me as I was holding my umbrella up to protect myself, and that's how this shadow was created. So, as you know, shadows actually kind of reflect different things as well. So how dark a shadow is, how light a shadow is, what color a shadow is, if it's coming off of something. So, like, the shadow was just plain, like, grayish shadow for me. So that grayish shadow basically just means that I had no actual additional color basically reflecting off of it. So when there is light, you also have to be mindful of the reflection. So let's say if there was red. Alright, so there's red. Actually, let's get some music on. Music. There we go. So, say if there is this very reddish shadow. Okay. And let's make this a giant rectangle. Okay, so we have red here. So, color theory wise, depending on where the light is coming from, change that to black. So, say if the light is just normal, like sunlight, and it would come from this direction, it would cast a shadow underneath here, and back enough to be able to be seen here. So, what? Let me change up actually for how it works. And okay, so this is what helps me kind of have it smoother. If I yeah, it's on stabilizer right now. If I hit none, my hand would probably be a lot worse. Like, that's me trying to control myself, so there we go. So I use a lot of the times aids for things like that. So we have our shadow here, right? We have our red here. So light is still hitting this red. here, right? So you would think light can only hit this much, and this just gets darker and darker and darker. Well, light, when it hits here, which is a reflective surface usually, basically bounces it back up against, at a minor degree, against the product, which would give us a bit of a shadow on their side here. See? Even though it becomes very dark. But again, it shadows right here the darkest. So it's a very interesting degree at which shadows play with the backgrounds of actual art pieces. So I am actually interested in, but this is all kind of real life arts, whereas say if you have me pull up a picture, if you want to play with light and shadow, this one actually is really good. So this artist draws really cute Miku cats, and I adore them. So as you can see, the sunlight is coming from the top left, and this is a Miku cat. It's an adorable Miku cat. Oh, let me see if I can. Is it not showing on screen? Interesting. Oh, so it is. I am double playing Kirita, which is interesting right now. OBS did pick up one of my screens. So I wonder if it's doing game capture? Yes. So here we go. We have a Miku cat. Yes. So we have a Miku cat. And on this Miku cat, as you can see, is the sunlight is up here as the Miku cat is trying. And so they are doing straight colors here. So you don't need to be an amazing artist to be able to do cute things. So as you can see, adorable, very, very adorable. But yes, this. Yes, so they are using very solid colors, but they did an interesting color theory here. So what they did was actually, as you can see, they created a base layer of it, and then over this, they used their art tool and created a spot that goes from here to here, and that's how this color change. We still perceive this color as black, but this color over here is more orangey or brown versus actually like this is more beige or peach, things like that. These are all different colors, and we perceive it in our minds how it got overlaid, overlapped, but we still perceive it as part of being the black pole here. So we, in that color theory, what is it? What was it called? And white and gold. There we go. So, you should all remember this. The dress controversy. Let's see. If it wants to load. So, as you can see, it's in light. It actually casts a white and golden hue, but in darkness, with with its reflection and things like that, what is reflected off of it, even though in the background. So say if you were to look from the other side, you'd see this because the background is light. But on the other side of this, it is completely dark. So this would be it'd be like hanging outside a store. So this is indeed, right now, the color scheme is indeed blue and black. But it is from reflection and light tones being played. So we are going from gold, which is a darker color, and white, to blue and black. So I would say this is probably literally hanging outside of a store somewhere, and basically the sun has set, or it's basically in the process of setting, and you see it like this instead of the way it actually is. So that's how we get something like this, and how we get things like Miku Kitty. So there are other ways to play with it. Like, take this for example. So, yes, this is our leader from ZZZ section 13. But as you can see, she's being very cute here. And being smushed. So, she's a good fox. Oh, speaking of foxes, how did that skinwalker end up, Andros? So Andros the other day, since they do vet stuff, they had a skinwalker in their clinic. So, and it was a fox, much akin to this, that was screaming bloody murder. So, but as you can see, they're not exactly playing with the correct shadows all over the place. Oh my gosh, it was screaming all the way till day shift. Holy hell. That's scary. So, yeah, and with this, basically, as you can see, they do have some shadows that are portrayed here in more the comic style. Yeah, that's right, you were saying it. But yeah, so supposedly we'll say the light is coming from up here, because this is the lightest over here, and it keeps shining down, so it's probably in the back over there. So as you can see, there's shadows on the ear, but this is lightened up because it is closer to the base. So there is a bit of reflection, even from bread. Well, that's a Bochi. So there's even a bit of reflection from the bread onto the ear. And as you can see, this ear is covering up this area, so the darkest part is here. And same here. The light is shining, reflecting off the hair right here. That's how we know the light is back here, and basically making this area brighter. This area is actually a little bit darker than this area because, as you can see, light is having light hues on it, but it's still shadowed. It's a bit unrealistic though, because as you can see, her face is well lit up. But artist took liberties. Even taking a look at the bread, there's different shadows here too. So there's a shadow here, There's a shadow in the middle here. There's a shadow, and then here's the lightest part over here. So, and then here's the little stinker's face. There's a shadow here, but it's lighter here. So we're taking into account kind of reflection and things like that. And here's her belt. There's actually a lot of shadow here, and even a shadow on the ground. So we're taking this. There's probably the light sources, yeah, over here. So here's a little stinker, and this is how artists took liberty. This was probably done in 3D Works because, as you can see, the fragmenting a little bit of the pixels and how they are fragmented here and there. So it's fragmented here, and things like that. This is not AI. We do not do the AI stuff. Or when it comes to art, we support artists. So always support your artists. But as you can see, that's the color theory behind this. So going back to this, what? Where's my mouse? There it is. It is very small now. We're using this red to, or let's change it back to red. So using a light hand, we're using this red to change this as it lightens it up off this reflection of this table here. So, and then we're using the black to kind of do the same thing. Do light and then heavier, next stroke, heavier, heavier. And this is how you get your median line. Is rather dark, right behind the median line, even though the front line here is very light. So this is how you play with your colors. And how you get that shift. So this isn't just, this is a white ball, but it has its shadow with a reflection off the table. So, back to black. So, table would be shades darker, but would have that red hue to it being cast from this ball. So, hi Meow. Or, oh hey, Andros, thank you, since Meow's not here. So, you have to take into consideration that all this is red. Let's see. Let's do a hard red. So this is all hard red right here. This is the sands of Mars because there is so much ferrous in it. Ferrous, which by the way just means iron. Or alright. But yeah, I am more on the logic side of things than the art side of things. So a lot of the times, a lot of this stuff eludes me. So I'm trying to expand my repertoire. So we're doing a bit darker here. Because of the ball's shadow. But as this is reflected, so too is it reflected onto. So basically it's a mirror. So this can go a little bit lighter and a little bit more rubied. So basically you get in. It's like a ping pong game. where you let me that and grab a harder tone. So ping pong game, you have your ball, right? And you hit it that way. And basically, if it hits off a wall going back this way, if there is no gravity, it has a lesser kinetic force. And basically, if it hits off, say you start a game and it hits off this wall, it's just gonna be, the kinetic force is gonna get less away. Even though like light shines infinitely, your eyes are just gonna be like, okay, this is too far away, and basically this is kind of too shadowed. So instead of bouncing infinitely off this and making it infinitely bright, it still is a shadowed area. So yeah, when we were doing Rainbow Foods the other day, which I enjoyed a lot, I don't think we have a rainbow brush here, so so we had why we enjoy rainbows and know about them is called the prism effect. So get and ba-bum. There we go. Prism. So light comes in, strikes this, and comes off as the rainbow, like that. So basically, why it's coming off upwards like this is the light is bending with the instrument. So say you have a raindrop. My mistake. So say you have a raindrop right here, right? Come on. And say you have lights coming in, like the sun, and it's getting out all here, and then it spits out. What do you think? So, with how it spit it out, and what happens is the sunlight comes in to a rainy area usually, and hits the rain as it's falling, and it spits out a rainbow. So that is what we see. Sometimes it could be even a double rainbow but the interesting thing about double rainbows is, let me go backwards and undo all this. Okay, let's do it on the other layer here when we were doing this. Okay, so rainbow wise, we have our rainbow here, right? So if you do get a chance at times, especially if there's high reflection, you get a double rainbow. But rainbows are R-O-Y B. So wait, R-O-Y. Yeah. and then I. So these ones are usually combined together. I combine them together myself, but red or yellow, green, blue, violet, indigo. So a regular rainbow is made up of these going across like this. So this rainbow, the double rainbow, which is usually reflective, actually goes the other way. So you'll see it being opposite, which is very interesting because it gets mirrored. So with it being mirrored, that's how, even if you do a rainbow one way, both ways are correct for the rainbow. So, alright, let's change back to this. What? So we have our ball here. And with this ball, we can do many interesting things. But keep this in mind as we continue and go forward. So we have a new paint layer. So I am drawing something very specific and very weird. I enjoy drawing anime eyes. So we have the arc like so. I'm sure too much of my. So we have the arc like so, per se, and say this is the top of an eyelid, right? So we don't usually draw eyelashes all the way. We can, but usually we just signify that there's eyelashes there, usually by drawing at the end or making a wing here. Usually that's for female eyes, though, too. Male eyes tend to just drag out this a little bit more, and taking the shape of an eye. So there's two shapes of an eye. There tends to be a bit more round, per se, like shaped by your lid. Oh, it's round. Or it's more narrow, and it's usually called almond. So narrower eyes are usually called almond. So there's genetics for that. Those who have European genes tend to get this one. Those who have more genes from Asia tend to get this one. So, but there's all sorts of shapes and sizes and things like that. So doing a almond one type here. Let's see. Oh, some lashes. Gotta make it pretty, right? And then, so there is the major over here. There is the major duct. So everything is usually planned around the major duct, or the tear duct. So this is what keeps your eye going, things like that. If you did not have that tear duct, or it got burned or closed or clogged and things like that, you'll usually have a very, very, very painful surgery and, well, a long recovery time. So from this duct, usually, since it's an almond, let me draw lightly, like this. So if we're going to darken an area, we're going to darken usually that much and leave the filter areas alone. So This is filter area of the eye. This is... So, that's why some anime eyes look like this. Go a little past. So this is an eyeball. Your filter, duct area, things like that. So yeah, blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. No, I do not go blah blah blah. So this right here is the sclera. Or however it's spelled. But yes, that the white part is called the sclera. So the sclera basically is more of impact material of the eye, or like protective impact shaping material of the eye. It basically protects your eye overall, contains lots of blood cells, things like that, and things. So this, there's usually a protective layer over that. And then we get to the iris. So, contained within this eyeball is this. So usually this contains your colorization, things like that. This is all genetic material, genetic code, things. So if you have albinism, it actually turns so your iris can turn pink in albinism. So albinism is a lack of color. So that's where you get the pinks, the reds, things like that. Because it's not hiding the blood cells or the blood veins and vessels and things like that inside of it. You have your albinism. Melatonism, which is the opposite end, where someone's skin tone is super, super dark. Let me see. Or no, don't want to. Screen capture. That's it. Yeah, melatonism. So, what? Was right. So, humans can get melatonism as well. As you can see, human with melatonism. So this is a human with melatonism. So basically they are the complete opposite of albinism. So those with melatonism have usually completely dark irises. So they're the ones that you would say have the blacker eyes around their iris. And this is not their pupil, but just blackness in general. Alright, so let's stepping backwards from all the talking about different irises. So we are actually going to go into it. Well, that's a 20. Let's do a marker. No. That's not great. Yeah, paintbrush is fine. So, the iris, or not the iris, the pupil is literally a hole in the eye, so you can see. So it's a pinhole, and the iris here shrinks and expands. Ta-da. So basically this acts like a light, your iris, it acts like a light filter. And because of that light filter, well, I don't like, you say you're in a very dark area, so your iris is going to be huge to let more light in. But say you are in a dark area. What? Oh, wait, wrong one. So this is now going to get very, very small. Ta-da! And we now have small iris. So, depending on your pupil size, it can tell a lot of different things. So, why a lot of people do kind of drug tests and things like that over stuff like that, they first look at your pupils, is because a lot of drugs impair your pupil rate, and as such can make how it detracts and how it expands, or your iris, how it detracts and how it expands, like smaller, larger things like that. So you have to be that's why you have to be very, very careful with that, those kinds of things. We can also, what's over this is our lens and cornea, things like that. So there's a giant lens over this, and basically it causes, that lens protrudes out a little bit. So there's a protective layer over that lens, and then there's the lens, and then there's the corneal layer. That lens basically is the one that filters in all the light and basically reflects it into the back of your eyeball upside down, where from there it's translated up to your brain and flips right side up. So technically right now we're all living in a upside down world, more so than we may actually wish to believe ever. But then again, but yes, going back from all this, I did have a point. I swear I did. Okay. So, eraser, erase this. That's too small. My gene. So we are going to turn this into, let's say, a red eye. So red eye all around. Da-da-da. The eye is red. You are from the Uchiha clan now. Right? So, what happens though is, because of light coming in, we actually have to erase some spots on here to make it actually look like there is an eye in general. So this is what makes it look a bit more alive. So bringing up our friend here, take a look. We have our big butch. So we don't have much in way of what you would call the iris, or not iris, the hole, the cornea. But we do have a lot more iris, and they symbolize it with the color here, as you can see what color the iris is. So it's just it's a little bit off. So we have the light coming in from here, and that's why these light eyes are shining like this. What else can I pull up? I have some very questionable things in my picture area. Oh. Let's go with this one. So, we have our little one playing. We can see the light, there's no light shining down into her eyes, really, except for here. And then she closes them. We have people or things like 2B here. I adore 2B, she is my favorite, but you can actually see how light is being portrayed on her too. So, light is still coming down, and you can see here, this would be where her eye was. So, her eye is having little shines here and there, where it would be a protrusion, or the nose is protruding, things like that. So, you have all this hidden in shadows and light and stuff. So you make your eye however you kind of wish, but to remain expressive, you actually have to think about reflections. I have any safe for work art? Oh, this one's actually very pretty. So let's do this one. So, we can tell light is coming down off here from a higher point of view. This shadow is blocking this part of the face where it's darker, and then it gets a little bit lighter, and then you have more reflection. More shadows here, so this is probably moonlight. So moonlight often creates blue shadows. So that's why we have blue shadows, especially from the night. So, as you can see, here, back, and the crown of the head. So we have a blue shadow, but we are also taking this as this is light, even though it's still actually pretty dark. So even in her own eyes, we are symbolizing that there is still like reflection of light, because kind of mirrory, glassy, watery surfaces tend to reflect light a lot easier. She's probably seeing that there is mirrory, glassy reflection outward. If this was darker, let me see. So, getting a real close-up, they put a little bit of hue around here. They did an amazing job with kind of the tear duct area right here, symbolizing it, defining things like that, and perspective. So you can see how this is also very, very dark right here, but this is actually part of the eye and not just the closure of the eye, because that continues upwards a little bit. So this is why I like practicing with eyeballs. So eyeballs are a lot of fun because you can do a lot of stuff with them, and it's really interesting what you can do. Because it's a multi-layer surface that takes spheres to a different level. Alright, let's turn off this layer. Start practicing with that one. Nope. That layer. Practicing this layer. So yeah, whenever you color, remember to look at your layers, so that way you can get them different and set up and things like that. because if you are on the wrong layer, yeah, you're in for a lot of hurt and pain and crying. So, alright. So, from here, let us... What was I gonna do? Oh, yes. I remember what I was gonna do. Yeah. So, if you want a hand, you want to look at the basic shapes of the hand. So, a lot of people draw a hand. And let's change this back to black. There we go. Draw a hand with a rectangle over here. This. And across. You have about your thumb about between midway and here. So this is where your thumb comes off of. About there. And then you have your index finger coming off of here. And your pinky finger coming off of here. Then you have midway point just off the midway point. About the 2/3 point, you have your middle finger, and about the 2/3 point way here, you have your ring finger. So this is the basic kind of anatomy of the hand-ish thing, because at the middle here is where you have the V, really. And then you have other V here, and the other V here. So all the fingers are split off like this. Yep. So as you can see, you have individual spaces for fingers, how far you want to splay them, things like that. So these are actually almost Spock-like splayed. So Spock is when you have your fingers live long and prosper, Captain James T. Kirk. So you have that. And you go back from there. Well, I'm clicking on the right screen. You go back from there. And the hand, honestly, for a lot of people, is just a kind of rectanguloid trapezoid, because, like, female hands can be like this. Male hands can be like this, or out here. Like with big knuckles and things like that. You have a big palm, and you actually have to add another trapezoid down here. Will make it big enough for things like that. So this is how usually the anatomy of the hand kind of works out. That's drawing a palm usually is very, very hard for people. So basically you can break it down into parts. Like, okay, the knuckle can be made into circles here. So a line along or circles. So from these circles, you have your fingers that come off from there. So these are just the lines for the fingers. But because of that, fingers, more often than not, are actually represented by the good old cylinder. As you can see, we have a cylinder here. So basically, you would draw a cylindrical thing off here, up a bit, and draw another cylinder and go up a bit, because I want a straight finger. If I didn't want a straight finger, right, so if I wanted a offset finger, I would draw a cylinder going a bit like this and going upwards like this, drawing one more cylinder, and this kind of ending in cylinder-ish kind of thing, but with a narrower, usually top, So now we have what looks actually like a finger. Ta-da! So we have a finger coming off this, like this, and we have our circle for hands, have our rectangle breakdown of the hand here, so kind of doing that. So for like a thumb, same thing. I want a cylinder here because that's the base where we have our knuckle here, and we're going up and having another circle here. So another circle right here. As you can see, since there is only 2 digits in a thumb, you would have another one here, and I want it closed a bit, so we are going to make a cylinder here, the base of the cylinder there, and there. So we now have what looks to be a very rough thumb. So now we can just kind of close off this, do this, and so it's aiming in a direction. So the tip here kind of goes down like a serrated knife, or a knife, and basically that's how usually you play out this. So ta-da! You now have your thumb. These cylinders do have a little bit of ebb and flow, like bamboo. So if you ever see a bamboo, it's really easy to make a bamboo. Line, line, and basically a slight hourglass. So, and then from the next area of the bamboo, line up there, so this would come down as a slight hourglass again. This is how a lot of Chinese paintings were. So basically they would make a line with a brush, like they would throw the line down. One side would be a bit heavier because that's the brush end, with the light side being lighter, so they're using it to play with like lights and shadows. And then coming down, and this would, if it was closer to the person, it would end. So if the person was looking like that, you would still do kind of horizon lines kind of things. So this is at eye level would be straight, downwards would be like that. If you're looking upwards, the bamboo would have an upwards curve, like that. Up, up. So sway and flow, sway and flow. So it's good to practice hands as well, because hands, as you know, basically contain a lot of shapes, like these trapezoids, things like that. Why I practice the eye is reflective kind of things. Why I practice hands, we do this kind of things. There's actually a very interesting practice technique out there. If I can find my mouse. There it is. Alright. Turn off that layer. So, what people would do is they would kind of partition off their piece of paper, like fold it into squares. Go down the center. Center. center, and make a square. Not just any square. This square is a bit of 3D up this way, so you can learn your partition, because here's the horizon line. So this one would be, as you can see, more overlapped. So this one is completely the square, or the line is here for the square. For this one, what you would make it like this instead. So partition is going upwards. That. So would go like this again. This. Flat. Yeah, so I'm using visual guidelines here. So what normally people do is they remove the visual guidelines. Wait. Oh. So they remove the visual guidelines here. And go away. So move the visual guidelines. That way you have the actual boxes without the guides and things like that. So you have to think about space, presentation, things like that. So I have done a lot of practice with this one before. I want to divide it. So this is divided here and here. Those in quarters. So how would I divide this into a quarter? So I divide this into a quarter here and here. How would I divide this into quarters? Here and here. So now we have a full quarter piece on the side here. And as such, ta-da! We now have our quarter piece. Yay! Like, let's get a new page. Where is my mouse? There it is. And let's try this one. Okay, so for a cylinder, kinda. So let's do this next. Alright, so we divided the cylinder in half, but how are we going to divide it into quarters? Well, you'll have to go around the circle here. That's how you divide it into a quarter. On the top, easy. But say if I wanted to remove this quarter, how would I remove it? So it's more about spatial thinking again. So we have our line coming here, right down. So we would have our quarter taken out right here. And this, depending on the horizon line, if we can see this or not. So sometimes you'd have it like here, sometimes you'd have it here, sometimes it'd be even further, like if the cylinder is over here. How this is hidden is actually a little bit offset, and this is quarters, kind of like that. So from here, just have to kind of think, okay, this is the wall right here. All right, and this is the base. So spatial grasping and things like that can become very tough. There. Come on. Trace. There we go. So let's say we have an odd-shaped box right here. All right. And we divide this and divide this and divide this and divide this all the way across. All right. So we are going to move piece right here. If we can, yeah, I'm being lazy. Okay, we're gonna remove this piece right here. And we're gonna have to divide this ourselves. So how do we make an inward piece? This is a lot of how I do my art. So, make an inward piece, we would have to find where this would align. So it aligns here. So you would go, so this goes down the back here, and that would be there. So there's guiding points there. So this would go straight back. So as you can see, it would go back. It would go over to the side here, since it's up here. And this piece would go down here. And now we have a removed piece in our area here. You can have your cake and eat it too. So, ta-da! Our removed piece. So a lot of my time goes into practicing things like this. It can get it can get tedious, but basics make perfect. So, like, if you're going to be doing, let's see if I have any other art pieces. You know what? I am legally allowed to use it. I am going to be taking this. So, ba-ba. As new layer. Say hi. So, this is one of the photos I used for my like stuff overall. Or when we were doing night market stuff. So let us change its size. Okay. And actually, let's undo Control A. Let us select this, and then Control I, which is inverse, or is it just I here? Or is it Shift I? Nope, that's our color palette. I need to Yeah, let's just make this big. And drag this over. Oh, never mind. Interesting. I'm not used to photo manips in Kirita, so I'm really sorry. And Kirita is crashing on me. Uh-oh. Come on, please load. What? I am... Ooh. Change from display capture back to game capture. There we go. Oh, that fixed it. Yay! So, I am going to be clicking out of here. And, well... size. But alpha, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do. But I can mirror the image, I can split the image, I can do lots of things. Like, oh well. So you can actually drag colors you want down into this little palette here, so that's actually a really nice tool. The filters, I used to play with them a lot. Playing with filters and it allowed me to really get good at photo manipulation. Dockers. Channels, damn it, Maddit. Histogram. Histogram is always actually nice to put up, so I am actually probably going to add histogram. It just kind of allows your history, things like that. So if I wanted to merge layers, I could... You basically, for a lot of this, you have to flatten and merge and things like that. Tools. Scripts. Never mind. Okay, let's go over that. Booba. Alright, so we have this picture right here. So, hi everyone. Okay, so the human body can be broken down into parts. So, as you can see, I am going to go with a oval here. Actually, I'm on the wrong layer, so I'm going to go the right layer, which is... I am going to go with black, going to go with heavier duty, and I am going to make an oval right here. If it wants to, or make a circle. Why does it want to make a circle? Unselect. Let us make one step back. A circle right here. So we have our circle. Or actually, let's do this by hand. So we have our circle generalized right here, as you can see. So the circle is going to be in this direction. So we have another triangle down here, so we're going to add a triangle. And we are, so the cap of the hair is right here. So we're going to go through the cap of the hair, through the nose, through the middle of the lips, and down. As you can see, we now have kind of the rough shape of the head. So female heads are different than male heads. Male heads are a bit more blocky. So we have the average kind of shape of a female head. So see how this is the middle point of this one? See how the eyes come lower? So you're going to have your eyes kind of right here. And basically you would usually shadow this and then draw eyes over that. The nose would be here, kind of, and then so trace that. I am making a rectangle for the neck, or a cylinder technically, for the neck, as you can see. It's one of the bamboo type cylinders because I had to indent in. And then the body is usually a rectangle. So we're just gonna go to the shoulders, and we're going to go downwards through all this, the actual body itself. So as you can see, we are going through the body. So we now have a rectangle, technically, like this, from here to here. Another triangle. These triangles are fills-in. And then my shoulder goes like this. Is another cylinder. It's gonna go all the way through. My elbow's here. So here's the center of my elbow. So we're going to create a circle here. And this is gonna go to here. And then this, as you can see, my arm is another cylinder, but you can see the top on the cylinder right here. So it's still gonna plateau right here. And then we have our rectangle. Yay! So we did our rectangle. Then we have our thumb, which is another cylinder right here. Yep. Yep. And then another cylinder. Yep. Our fingers. Yep. 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 Kind of blocking them out. Yep. They're all there. So, we have two giant plot pieces. So this is actually pretty easy to kind of block out. So you want to kind of, for females, you're going to take a circular structures there and there. But as you can see, it's connected in a teardrop shape. So teardrop shape would mean you have a cylinder going back to a main point. So kind of like this, and cylinder. So taking away the picture, you can see I kind of have a rough outline of myself. So from here, usually you learn how to kind of do more in way of eyes. Like I've been practicing eyes. Noses are pretty difficult because if you can see, what, my nose right here isn't really well defined. Yeah, really go in closer. So all it is defined by the light and the shadow here. So there is a slight line right there. So yeah. See how I change my head right here when I'm moving around? So my nose is defined by how the light is striking the line is striking it. So my left side is brighter than the right side, but it's all coming down. So, alright. But, so, we do actually have a line of perspective here, which is probably a little farther off. So, the horizon line. See it? There we go. So, kind of everything kind of ends here, as you can see. But doesn't actually end. So, it's actually pitching a farther area, which is back here. So, see this line? They probably want to follow it to where the center is. So, this line here. So, yeah. So yeah, it's roughly there. So you are having your kind of horizon line over there. So everything is going to be meeting up to that horizon line kind of thing. Going down, up, things like that. So this is how kind of you're going to draw the booth towards that way. Yep. Yep. Trees, the leaves, and things like that. We'll cover the leaves at a probably different time or something like that. But yeah, you can have things that offset in different areas. So basically, you can see this thing right here. Basically, the horizon may be over here, but this is actually coming over here. So it's actually very interesting, like where real life kind of you're allowed to kind of change perspective into which and where you go and how space is made. So, alright, I think I okay for tonight. How about all of you? How are all of you feeling? You doing alright? Not too bored? Yes, the circle of the watermelons. Yes. It's quite the fruit. So, turning that off. We did a lot of art practice while I was talking to it, from what I've learned over the years. I actually had to take an art class in high school. Not high school, college. I did take an art class in high school, but my college classes were very intensive. So it was during the time where basically a lot of stuff was happening, going on around and things like that, and it taught me a lot, especially on pencil and paper and things like that. Fish tacos are always good. I do enjoy a good fried fish taco. Yes, I know it's fried, but tempura battered fried fish tacos are amazing. Let's see. Let us get up. Oh, this wasn't... Oh, interesting. Anyways, okay. On to cassette beasts for a little bit. Well, I have been grinding a little bit. Let me see if I can find where cassette is. I have lost the cassette beast. There it is. Hit play. but I haven't been enjoying it. Okay, come on. Come on, come on. Raising the Ponded. Oh, that's not intimidating at all. Whatsoever. Okay. Blah. Let's move this up. The keyboard over. Set up. I will not be showing you my display. Game capture. And we're now doing cassette piece. Okay. So. Ta-da! We are now in cassette piece. So I want to try and take on some captain today. Let me actually change what I'm. Oh. So let me change it from art to finish category. This set piece. Weird fun. Alright. And my stream has been updated. Yay! Oh. I wonder if I can. Oh, my controller is not working. Come on. Why are you giving me so many problems as of late, controller? Let me see. Oh well. Anyways, let's just run around. Okay. Run. We are running over here. So, I learned that every day you can run down to the beach, down here, and find some free goods. So it's very interesting. Uh-oh. But it looks like we picked up the free goods yesterday, which was probably wood. So now we have to take on the Mon Capitans. Oh, Captain, my Captain. What is it? I think it was, the Dead Poets Society? I miss Robin Williams like crazy. It was one of the few actors I've actually genuinely cried over, when it came to things. So, yeah, it's... I enjoyed all the works of Robin Williams and things like that. Oh, hey, we have a box. We have pulp. Oh, we have a tree bark tape. Yay. Alright. Less long. Let's see. Take me on. Take on me. Take on me. So Captain Wallace is at the park right now. Okay. And there's trembling ground over there. The hunt is over there. Little inspiration. Go to the cave in the park and find out what happened. So I ran so far away. Oh, we were doing that one last time. So let's do that one. We need the map. And to go to the right. Now, but there is no way beyond the wall. So, gonna go around and bounce on stuff. Jumpy. Oh, of course. Oh, allow your ping. Become our tribute to the angels. Alright. So, we're going to hit it with Zephyr. And I'm actually going to switch off the music. And then gonna hit it with a maybe not a sonic boom. Transformed copy of a target. Alright, let's actually hit it with a sonic boom. Ooh, air is electric conductive. That's right. And then sprint and dodge. Woo, we have more electric power. So now let's hit them. Let's see, we have a Thunder Blast and a Lightning Bolt. So Lightning Bolt is going to hurt a lot. And we're gonna hit it with a Sonic Boom. So let's hit it with a Lightning Bolt. Wow, that really went down. Oh, and we killed the cultists. Completely. Spaceship! The All-Seer. It is a gear. So, let us hit sprint and dodge. So we have first. Wow. And let's hit it with a lightning bolt. And let's hit a cassette. Ahaha, I have been stocking up.
Recording.
100% chance. And it's gone.
Got it.
Yay! We have an All-Seer now. Yay! We finally have one of the alien type. Well, we also have the other alien type. I can put it away though. And then earlier, something go flashy over there. Oh well, didn't go flashy. But we will take down the snake bugger here. Alright. So sprint. Dodge. Ow. I got spit on. Supposed to be doing the spitting on. Oh, I got poisoned. So Thunder Blast. Hits one target. Hits a whole team. Oh, it's air and air. So let's take out the Flackalope. And let us Sonic Boom them. So ran away. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We win. Close deal. Alright. Inventory. Let us rewind. Rewind. Alright. So, have more snakies here to deal with, and a hidden thing. Oh, our faith can move mountains. Yeah. Getting into the Bible, or biblical stuff. Sprint. Dodge. Alright. And it missed. Alright. Lightning Bolt. Take down the Flackalope first. Then rewind. On Decibel. Okay. So we know electricity is super effective on that. Ow! Grounded! I'm grounded. Let us Sonic Boom and Sonic Boom. Oh, here. That hurt. Oh, dear lord. They're ground type. So let us do this. Our grass dragon. Destroys walls. Hits one target multiple times. We are going to use a woodcutter. And oh, we have enough for Hurricane. So yikes. Alright. Be random. The puppo's random. Alright, inventory. Respool on Wingloom. Then rewind on Decibel. And Parafusil for fusion meter. Let's see. Okay. So we made it past. And this one is guarding. Uh-oh. Oh, interesting. So double the UFOs. We have clankers! Compliment. And dodge. Oh. So we're gonna have to use that complement on the other one. So lightning bolt and sonic boom. He has 2 UFOs. We are going to complement and we are going to spit at them. Oh. AP drain. There are some interesting elemental interactions in this game. Let's use lightning bolts and let's hit at that one. So that one is dead. And now we spit, and this one is dead. Yay, we got some metal. Alright. Rewind. Gotta be a better way. Oh, interesting. There is a boat thing down there. I think that's where we want to go. Another charge leader thing. Ah! I tried to get around it. Oh, it's an earth type. Oh, bother. So earth types are generally very tanky. So, let's hit it with this one. Complement. Oof, grounded and burned. That is, pretty nasty. But, hit at the Flacolo. Uh-oh. Alright, we made it run away. We're getting Darude! Oh, we got Darude! Back. And spit. Alright, we're all done. Up to close. Alright, so there is... Uh-oh, that's a bullet. Wow! That's a flaming bullet. Oh, goodness gracious. Compliment. Latino and Sonic Boom them. Oh no. These two are gonna hurt. Never mind. They went down a little too fast. Oh god. Oh my gosh. That was painful. Let's see. Inventory. Rewind. Bloom. Oh, we are all out of rewinds. Instantly fuse. Fusion meter. The AP. Moves coding step. H. Berserk. Resonance. Petrification. Stat cure. Cure all. Eh. Save. Alright. To find... Oh, it's up there. Not that hard to find. Yeah! Alright. Well, if I could get the hops. Jumping is... I don't know why, but I always seem to have problems with jumping puzzles. Nice. Always coming in. But having the puzzles this simple is... at times is nice to kind of turn off your brain. There's some hard puzzles in here though, don't get me wrong. So... yeah... careful on what you kind of want. Woohoo! And this person is asleep. Should I face off against them? Let's do... actually try this out.
What is that?
Oh. Scattershot. Later by defeating 5 Bulletinos. Oh, okay. So we're now taking out the bullets. Let's try the double espresso. It actually looks interesting. And let's use a hurricane. One shot. And more bullets. Item. Use a chrome tape for the Bulletino and a sonic boom on them. I may die. I do not know how to heal. Let's see. Set these heal player. Oh. I'll press shift to finish. Nice. Resting in a campfire. Oh. Stickers with healing. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Your blast. And let's see. Air wall, dodge, copy that. I am excited about the new Digimon game. I will probably be playing it. I will probably be playing the actual, the World Tour one. So, yeah, you'll see me, be playing that one pretty soon. Probably, because I adore Digimon. I was more of a Digimon girl versus Pokemon. So, always got a lot of flack for that, though. Which was very interesting. Gotta love Digimon and how they can turn pretty much into anything one may desire. Oh, interesting. It was a bullet, but... Oh, it's an actual freaking rifle! Holy hell. Let's give... I don't need that much. 8, 4. Give an additional 4. And let's hit them with a hurricane. Oh goodness. Oh, we have been defeating inventory. But we have not gotten where we needed to go. Whoa! That was... interesting. What give a can of ice latte, so that should take it up to 5. And hurricane. Nice! Melee attack down, range attack. Oh dear lord. Ow. Updraft at least. Mind meld. Characters share their abilities with their ally. Interesting. Let's hit you with a Thunder Blast. Actually, no. Let's hit you with a Lightning Blast. And Sonic Boom. And its AP is gonna go way up. And all I need to do is smack. And spit. There we go. More bullets! More bullets! More dots! More dots! Oh my gosh, Digimon Yu-Gi-Oh cards would be amazing. They actually have a lot in common though, like how they, especially the 5 stars and things like that. Yeah, I remember, whatchamacallit, what was it? Uh-oh, my brain can't work. Like, I think it was 5Ds, the 5 Dragons one, the Speedway one of Synchro Summoning. Yes, that was it. And, basically from that one, yeah, from the Synchro Summon stuff, it was very Digimon-like. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yes, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D was... I kinda... ended there because the other ones were pretty meh. Like Pendulum Summon and all that stuff. Pendulum Summon was so weird. And I still... I know how to play Yu-Gi-Oh, but at the same time, like, some of the rules still elude me. Like, oh, you're gonna pendulum summon on this side, and then place these cards here, and it's very hard on my brain. And then now we have 4-way duels, so it's really bad. Oh yeah, no. I absolutely... Oh my gosh. The bullet just kind of traveled into outer space. But yeah, one turn, I think, at one time took me like half an hour or something like that. And I was not happy at all, because it was just so bad. Yeah, like, I think it was I pulled my turn out, and then it was their turn, and then it took me a half hour to wait for them to literally kind of do their turn, and I was not a happy puppy.
Thanks.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, we have a ranger captain. Okay. Inventory. Have to get rid of Decibel. We'll swap tape. Swamp? Oh no, but this guy is probably gonna have fire, right? So swap tape to probably Terrakuka. And probably Wing Bloom should be fine. Actually, swap tape to Bomb Bomb. So, save. Yes.
Okay.
Uh-oh. The hell? I was not ready for that one. Yeah, people do take the game way too seriously though. I used to have a lot of fun playing the game, but now it's not fun at all, really. And because of that, it's I can't really play it too much anymore. So I know how to play it. So you may see in the future that I will play it, but there. Maybe we'll find you a game that has some nice bug stuff. Let's try and incinerate that. Full story. Oh, I was intercepted. Alright. Zooming. Tone? Bit. Sandstorm. Let's do Sandstorm. Locked on and cannot miss? Oh dear. Okay. Yay! Let's use an elemental wall here. And another sandstorm. So with that surefire there, I'm getting really wary. And spit on this one, and full story this one. Hehe, couldn't do anything. Fire attack down. And let's lower. Oh, let's just hit on this one again. And Mountain Smash. That should do well. One down. I am a Sky Strikers individual for Yu-Gi-Oh! Though. Sky Strikers is a lot of fun, and when you're doing some pretty neat things, oh my gosh. Sky Strikers can do some neat things. Because I kept on like putting in, pulling out stuff, and it was a bunch of girls in mecha gear, so how can you not like that? Full story. Why? Let's switch. So I no longer have a fire one. Ultra guy. But life absorb. Really? Let's leech this one to death. And defense. Leech. Ha 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 ha. Now we heal. Right. More mortar. And shooting star. What we get so far. I do kind of miss the days of DD. Hello! Hello, Jacoby! So welcome, welcome, welcome. So, we are playing games right now. Because games are good and games are fun. So today we did our drawing and so. Ah. Oh, Splinter. Oh my gosh. That multi-hit. Oh, hell. Oh hell, oh hell, oh hell. Oh, it's the evolved form. That makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, this is like if Pokemon had so many like more steps to it, like amazing steps to it, because it's really, really interesting. So I actually, if you ever get the chance, I actually highly suggest playing this because it's a lot of fun. So yeah, relinquished. So yeah, it's running different cards is very. There was like certain cards that you always had to run. Like there was this one, what was it, Max C and things like that. Or yeah, I just like having to run a card because if you have to run a card, the game is no longer fun. So, all right. Yeah, it's... I miss the days of like rituals and things like that for Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's a lot of fun. Or Acorn Water. Let's sharpen our swords and skills. What is this? This is a story of swords and souls? When it's Soul Calibur? Magic Tome. Hopefully we take down... Oh no! Pot of Greed. I think they changed the rules around Pot of Greed and you're only allowed to have one of them now. So yeah, it was a good call in its own way. Yep, only one revive, one Pot of Greed, one Swords of Revealing Light, like that. Oh, what is it? Giant Tsunade, things like that. Swords of Revealing Light is still a good one. Yay! Have an upgrade. A curious bunch of crate. Creating a bunch instantly upgrades a tape by 1 star. Oh, we have an upgrade. Is it related to an Updog? Because everyone wants to know what's Updog. Yeah, 3 copies is not too bad. Oh. Interesting humans. Alright, we have made it to a campsite. Yes! Oh, thank the Lord. Haley tells you about her various adventures helping people of the harbor town. Pom Dog! Pom Pom! Remaster! We have a Spitfire now! He's so cute! Spitfire. Adorable. Lever. What does this lever do? Oh, we can get in. It's clobber time. So, did you see that that latest Fortnite release? It's the Fantastic Four skins. I can't believe they actually went with that marketing scheme. Like, seriously. Fantastic Four skins? Uh-oh. Let's get back up. Yes. Wasn't there a wasn't there a rule that you can have like up to 100 cards per deck or something like that? I forget. I warned you. Yeah. There. I do enjoy the Marvel Rivals one. I need to get better at Marvel Rivals, so I may actually do a bit more in way of Marvel's Rivals in the future. But we'll definitely see. Oh, poison left over on Earth types. Contact them. Extinguished! No, my puppy was extinguished! Oh! So, hello, I am Runa Ruin, the outer god of knowledge. That which you pray to when you're taking a test or things like that. When you are doing research, taking a test, doing all that stuff, this is how I learn. Because all of you, your human experimentation, all your prayers allows me to learn further and grow from that. So, I have learned from a lot of your failures and have seen a lot of your growth. So, I am very excited to see the future of you humans. Oh yeah, Rivals is fun. I really suck at FPS games, and Rivals doesn't really have like kind of dedicated healers like Mercy. So I used to play Overwatch a long time ago, but yeah, no, it's I have racked up my time over the years. But yeah, Rivals is a lot of fun though. When I have played it. You actually have to play it. Ah, true. Yeah, I'm actually going to be playing though Borderlands, or Borderlands 4 come next week. Friday, which is a mix of RPG and gunslinging elements. That's one of the few ones that I'm actually good at. Like, actually pretty decent at. So, I am super duper excited. And so you'll be seeing me play, especially with others. So I know we have some people that have said okay to whatchamacallit, a collab. So let's see what we do. But yes. I 3 was not the greatest, honestly. And I did finish it. I did finish the extras, but it felt very, very lackluster. So I am super duper excited. But it's going to really depend. Like, a lot of people bought, whatchamacallit, 3, counting on the laurels of 2, and the pre-sequel. But it was just really, I couldn't do it. It was a hard sell, and it was not fun for me. I have played Persona. I am actually an old school Shin Megami Tensei player. So I have played all the way back to Persona 1. I have played Shin Megami Tensei 1. I have played Shin Megami Tensei 2, which is Innocence. I have Eternal Punishment and Innocent Sin, so different points of view. What else? I have played Persona 3 and Persona 3 Fez. Well, Persona 3 Fez and then the Persona 3 After Story, which is now, they're both rolled into one on Steam, which is really nice. So, I have played Persona 4. I have played Persona Dancing All Night. Oh, one of my favorite games is Shin Megami Tensei 3. I used to spend hours in that, which is horrible in its own way as well. Let's just say SMT3 was... I have played Metaphor, but I have not beaten Metaphor yet. I started it, so I need to actually beat Metaphor. So... let's switch out. Yeah. It's part of the whole series of things, so it's very, very enjoyable. I played SMT4, though I don't think they're going to re-release it because it was a DS game, and they tried to go backwards. SMT5 I may actually play, so I enjoy SMT5 a lot. So we'll see. The future holds a lot in store. So it's super exciting. I'm super excited. So I'm thankful all of you are along for the ride. So let's see. Got her. And then let's use an item. Let's try this one. But yeah, I love a lot of RPG type games because they are just so all over the place. And they're another story that someone had to come up with. I enjoy all your human stories because it kind of taps into all of your knowledge and lovely abilities. So human knowledge, there is a interesting theory out there. So with stories and how they're told and things like that, it is not the person telling the story's world. It's the person channeling another dimension to kind of play and have fun and things like that. So that's how you get stories and things, because well, Opti. Isabel. So that's the theory behind a lot of like novels, stories, things like that, and how it plays out. Is that you're channeling another dimension, and it's helping you go further and basically make more of yourself. What? Let's see. Isabella. Something tells me it's probably going to be another astral. So it's going to be a pain in the astral. Just in time. In time for what? A sacrifice?
Huh?
Why does It's something happening. Let's scope out the place. Oh. Old well. Oh, they actually modeled stocks here. So a stockade. Oh my gosh. That is a little bit horrifying. This place is... It is a cultist place. Deserter! So... Compliments. And... Sonic Boom. Alright. Let us see if we can do something nasty. Oh. I don't think that's enough. So, double espresso on. Have her fight. Oh my gosh. Oh, full 10. Bit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's all gonna be astral here. Headshot. Holy hell. That's a doozy. Oh my gosh. That was a nasty Flying saucer will emerge from its shell if given the ability to close to its. Nothing behind here? Always something behind here. Let's see. Oh, it's on the roof? Oh my god. So, Vent that one, and Sonic Boom that one. Honestly, if you want to see me play a game, just post it in the Discord that, or post it on my Instagram or X or Blue Sky. Just post anywhere. Like, I want to see this game, and I am more than happy to play, see if I can acquire the game and see if I can play the game. So. You won't stop us! You can't stop us! We have come too far. But then that also makes you wonder, what are you coming to? What is this world coming to? Hehehe, walk behind. Up we go.
Fine.
Avatar. True. Thank you, thank you. A lot of what I do is for fun and teaching and things like that. So I enjoy teaching a lot. So if you ever have anything you really want to learn, I am happy to teach. Even if I may not know it all, we can learn it together. So that's my big thing, is making sure all of you are happy, healthy, and whole. Because people are never just kind of sitting there by themselves. So you have to kind of all learn together, grow together, stuff like that. So I may show up actually unannounced one day or so. So if I stream that one day or so, I'm probably going to be in VR, just chilling on the beach or doing Azatsu and things like that, or where the leaf placement looks like I bludgeoned his head and basically took him down. There is no one here. It's... So, I actually got out of console gaming myself. So, I would advise PC gaming, because if you really want something on a console, everything that comes out on Xbox will for sure always come out on PC. Everything that comes out on PlayStation has about basically 2-3 year delay, but it will come out on PC. Nintendo is the only console that is stingy, but Nintendo has, yes, except Bloodborne, but I remember there's a huge bunch of like horrible case stuff involved with that. So they were trying to get it out on PC, but I believe they got exclusivity contracts and things. So they are being pretty much just stubborn butts. So that's their whole thing.
Hello.
What? But yeah, it's... I did play... Oh, I do have a PS3 and 4. But honestly, yeah, it's not worth. Yeah, welcome, Bran. And yeah, Sony is just really just pretty much being a giant butt at this point in time. So it's not happy, it's not fun, it's not healthy, so we'll see what the future holds. But I am excited and looking forward to... Whoa! Lightning bolt. Get down. Yeah. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Here. I do always advise freedom of games, and I'm very happy with freedom of game, but yes, Cassette Beast has an amazing OST. Oh dear, I'm facing off against myself. Oh, let's airball. But yeah, it's... I would actually, if you don't know how to build a PC, there are some pretty decent pre-built PCs out there. And going from those pre-builds, you actually get some decent stuff. Especially nowadays. So definitely look into a pre-build and don't be afraid of it because it's actually worth it. I know things like Costco have done amazing pre-builds. So you know, yeah, depending on where you're at in the world, it's questionable what's gonna happen to you. So we'll definitely see. Mm-hmm. Oh dear. Hey. I probably should restock. So let's head back to...
everybody! Man. Yeah! The Serpent God awaits us, baby!
Oh no.
Kaylee, honey!
Sorry.
Jacqueline?
Yes.
See ya!
Ugh. Ah!
Yeah!
Huh? Ugh. Dorian! Sorry. Ugh. Hmm. Bonjour. Au revoir.
Au revoir.